Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week update. We are usually starting with our instrument, Dxy, then we'll flip through other instruments that we take a look at. This week, or last week, the trade also has failed to move as expected. So, and I'm going to talk about that. In trading, whatever analysis that you do, what we do is to go in line of what we think makes more sense in our analysis. I mean, 60 or 70% that we think the price is going to do. And in doing that too, we must have at the back of our mind that the price may do otherwise. So because the price can do otherwise, we have to look at the areas where we minimize our loss. There are things that we have to understand, resistance. We know about resistance, we know about support, the trend resistance, the waves that we are seeing. All these are things that we put together for us to have a more profitable trading. Elliott wave theory also has brought in a new revolution, and made trading much easier than using those other things alone. People trying to use indicators, try to use support and resistance and all of that. Elliott wave has made it much easier. But having said that, there are also flaws with Elliott wave. Maybe for stocks in the olden days, the Elliott wave, works perfectly. But for the commodity as well as currency trading, Elliott wave alone, the way it is structured, is not enough. So there are few changes, few things that we had noticed in the market that want us to pay attention to. Elliott wave is good in terms of what we know as corrective waves, what we know as impulse and motive wave. There is difference between motive and impulsive wave. An impulsive wave is a wave that also will generate a 5 waves with volatility and volume. 5 waves. A motive wave is a wave that also could generate 5 waves. Both can generate 5 waves. But in an impulsive wave, the limit of the correction or the limit of the Fibonacci extensions, this is where it changes. For instance, wave C will be A to B to C of not more than 168 extension. But in an impulsive wave, that will be way over 168. It can even be over 168. That is a characteristic of an impulse and will run in 5 waves. A motive wave also may not be an impulse, but may run also in 5 waves structure. And we must know the difference that, oh, it's a motive wave, but it's not an impulse. And it will be corrective. So a motive wave that is generating five waves can be corrective and can be impulsive. So the impulsiveness is different. So these are things that we also have to see. Hear me very well. I said a motive wave can be impulsive and can be corrective. So when it is impulsive, then it is impulsive. It is giving us a clear impulsive, a change of trend or where the trend is going. But if it's just a 5 waves structure, it can be a correction. I noticed that with gold, a wave P, that is just 5 waves, a wave 4, that is 5 waves, then you expect a correction for more to go in the direction of that 5 waves, and it fails. So these are things that we learn. We are learning and we are learning and we are picking all the clues. So the structure is very important. And what is most important that you must understand is that what I'm seeing after this wave that I'm seeing, if you see something like a 5 impulse or 5 waves, then you see a 3 wave correction thereafter, which is what we should expect. And after that 3 waves, you should expect another 5 waves. If what you see immediately after that 3 waves, in the direction of the impulse, it is not 5 waves and it is 3 waves, then you should begin to smell a rat that you are in a correction, and that the first 5 waves is not what you can hold. I will show us a bit of this, and that's where things had gone, slightly wrong, and which we have to, fix as we learn. We are learning every day. We are learning every time. So there is no end to learning. But what again we must also equip ourselves with is how to, reduce, our losses. When you want to trade and you don't have, I think I would say here that on your 0.01 lot size, the least you can actually trade with is, like $30 to $50 with one instrument, because of what happens. Otherwise, you can't afford to put in a lot on top of it. Otherwise, accounts will be, just be getting blown off. Now, let's look at DXY. I've talked too much. I'm trying to establish something here. So we are taught that now that after this move, we are seeing and probably A, B, C, D, E, and that this is coming up like this to go down. Finish up this move to the downside before we go up. Either two, since we got here, we had seen it as a 3 waves. Let me show us. As a 3 waves, 1, 2, 3. Even we thought this one probably, if it's, a truncated 5th wave here, and that the price is trying to make a more decent. And after this, they pushed up last week and early in the week, and it's been going up. And with this break, it is clear that what we are seeing is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now. So it's 5 waves that we are seeing now. So it means that what I see on the long run is that strength is coming to the dollar. Strength is coming back to dollar. I naturally, from structure and wave, for now, I will not expect that this price will immediately come to break this and the price will go down. I see that we are coming to break this top with time and probably test these areas here. These areas between here and here. We are coming to test these areas. That is what I can see for now. But coming to this area is not what we are going to see immediately. So how do we progress and how do we plan what we are going to do? Since these are giving us, this is Dxy, since this has given us these 5 waves to the upside, for now, we should allow this to finish up its move. At least it will give us a 3 waves correction to the downside before it goes up again. That is what we can expect. It will give at least a 3 waves to the upside. The whole movement from here that we thought could be a wave C, or the end of this move, a wave E, for us to come to the downside, it's also 5 waves. The correction here is shallow. It didn't progress further to give us an impulse that will break down. It has failed here, and this is where the sign is that it has failed. So we have to know when something has changed. It has changed here. So it's a small movement, but for a small account, it's a big movement. That is just what I will say. It's a small movement, but for a small account, it's a big movement. So what we are going to wait for is a correction. So if you get the correction, let me flip to 4-hour time frame. Now, in the 4-hour time frame, so what we see now is that this has been going up right now. So the price is going up, is going more to break up. So we should see that a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and we should look out for this to finish up its move it should give us a correction, something very close to this. So if we have a correction close to this, maybe towards this area of a support, then we can load in for the last wave, then before we have that correction. If we look at euro dollar, it's the same thing that is being built here. So it means that this also is going to fall more. So now this has become a 5-wave structure now, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. But you see that the third waves here is not anything near 168. And that's, what gives it out also to be a correction. So it's not motive, but it's a correction. So because we are in a higher time frame correction now, it's not as if it's a change of trend. If it's a change of trend, then you'll be seeing big waves, 1, 2, and this way extend beyond 1,618, and that tells you the direction has changed. On the much bigger cycle. But that is not what I'm saying now. I'm saying that the drop we're going to see in euro and across all other pairs is still correction. So moving to the downside, breaking this to the downside here, we had seen this move to the upside, but what we're going to see, price will be breaking this low, going to the downside, and that move is what I'm saying, it's a correction. It's a correction. So look at euro USD also here. This move to the upside is 3 waves, A, B, and a C. So this is where I think what you can do if you are trading to guide yourself is that when a wave has moved up like this, and you think it's impulsive, you cannot chase it. That's the thing you can the thing you can go with. Don't chase the price here. At least what you expect, if it's going to be impulsive, is the fourth wave for you to have the fifth wave. Once you see this move down and break your 38, expect it to come to 50. If it comes to 50, then you can begin to sell it as wave 5. But selling it at wave 5 also is very risky. Don't go beyond 76 to get out if you think it's wave 5. If you do that, you would have saved yourself of this embarrassment of price turning down on you, because they spend a great deal of time here correcting it. So it's more of a correction here. And it's not, this one came down like the 5 waves, probably breaking 50. Gold did that too. If you're thinking you want to buy with 5, and with 4, yes, with 5, and it's coming as with 5, sorry, with 4 to the downside, and it went up, then you should know, count your limit, your loss, and probably plug to the sell. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to say here. So what I'm seeing here now is that this is an A wave and this is a B wave, and we are going into a C wave. At least we should expect an 100 extension to the downside, at least, if not 1, 2, 3. But it's not just going to go into 100 like that. It is not going to do that. We should first deal with this as a 5-wave structure to the downside in this correction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and we should see this one as the 5 waves to the downside. This is the last wave. After this last wave, we should now correct ABC for us to fall more. Now, in our move, immediate move here, so let me now switch to the 4-hour so that you know how we want to plan this. You can't be selling from here now. That's what I'm saying. So if you are very disciplined, yeah, if it's not going the way we thought it would go, it just be few losses and not big losses, except we're not disciplined. So we'll still see this as a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 now, and a wave 4, and this is the 5th wave. And after this 5th wave, price will not just continue to fall, it will correct first. Without breaking this area, it will correct. Anything between here and here, it will correct before it falls again. So, or it might not even go past this one before it falls again. So, what we should see here is that this is the first move, A, B. After the first move here, A, B, C. So this is the limit of wave 2 here, wave 1 here. Then we should see this one progressing as the 3rd wave. So the 3rd wave should correct the 4th wave in the intermediate or microstructure. If I go to, let's say, 1 hour. Yes, if we go to 1 hour now, so this is the first wave here. Then we say that this is an A, B, C here. So the height of this correction for wave 2 probably is here, and your wave 1 comes here. Then this will just be the move within wave 3, as probably wave 3 is come to the downside. Then we should target wave 1, wave 4. Once you put your resistance here, once this one, so you have to allow this one to be done. Don't just chase it. You have to allow it to be done. So once it's correcting, let it correct where? Let it correct what you think is wave 4. And if they come here, this will be a zone to look for your sell. If they come here, because they can change the structure on us. So if they come down first, then that means they are correct to the upside. But if immediately they come here without going down, if they should come here without going down, then it's not wave 4, then they are going to give us a much more bigger correction to the downside. But for now, let it finish what we think we deem it with 4 in this area. Something similar to probably half of this. Once we get that, then we can sell one more to the downside, then look for correction to the upside. The area that we can now get a much bigger correction to the upside is around this area. Anything between here and here. Definitely let not be breaking this area. Or let's say between here and here. Before it breaks down this area, we should just get that small correction with 5s, mini, and have ABC before we proceed to the downside again. Now, pound USD. What do we expect now? Pound USD probably will give us, without breaking this, a correction. Now, I can see that this is like a 1, 2, probably 3, 4, a correction. Then this one will still fall more before it goes up to give us a bigger correction. NZD USD. NZD USD also is falling. This is going to be trapped in, in more correction. So now the clue to this one here for not going much further up is here. It went up A, B, C, and nothing more than that, and it began to fall. If it fell to break here, breaking this area is also telling me that they might be going down, because this one came down in 5 waves. A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to break this low, and this also went up. This going up, of course, could be like, okay, maybe they are going up again, but it's not 5 waves. It's 3 waves. 1, 2, 3. This is where you begin to wonder what exactly price is trying to do. If you are taught that this is 1, 2, 3, of course, you should expect 4th wave. These had gone beyond the limit of 4th wave, and that tells you that this price will fall more the way it gave its structure. And that was what I was explaining in the beginning. If we thought that this one went up as a 1 and a 2, 1 and 2 of the 3, and this one is going up, you don't expect, at least if this is 1 is a 2 here, the 4th wave of wave 3, or the 4th wave of the old move here, this had broken it, and it's a signal that something is off. So, and they did correction here, they began to fall. So this also on the later time frame will continue to fall. So, and it's going to go like that. So what do I see here? The move to the upside is not done yet, because after this move to the upside, we had this correction and we didn't see this low. I do not think that it will take this low, but the move to the upside from here also is 3 waves. 1, 2, 3. And we saw this move also. Now, with this move here, we may be, let's see how it unfolds. If it's going to unfold in 3 waves, it's a bit impulsive. If it's going to unfold in 3 waves, we will see before we tidy up whatever is happening around this area. This also looks like the 3 waves here, 1, 2, 3, and this move down here. So it's going to be more of a messy correction here for NZD USD. So we have to be careful. At the end of the day, they might make it a triangle, A, B, C, D, and an E. E that will come close without breaking here before they go up. So it could be anything now. Then the USD JPY, the yen structure, of course, it's grinding up, and what has been doing is it's been grinding up. If we're going to see any intervention in yen now, this yen, I think it's going to break this top one more time. Where do I expect anything to happen? Probably around this area or around this area. Between here and here, anything may happen, but this is the ultimate area I expect. Around 167, 200 area is where I expect a bigger drop to occur. So for now, we'll see ourselves break this top here, and the price will just be grinding up. The Bank of Japan is not doing anything for now. Then the last is gold. Gold. Now, the way gold is dropping. The gold two are dropped. We are saying that this is an ABC, which could have finished the fourth wave. And we said that this is a diagonal. It can be a wave one. We expected a minimum third wave, and 3 waves to the downside, which we got here, A, B, C, and we are taught that the price will continue to progress, and this is what they did. So doing that, you know, for any small account, yeah, the move here, even if you had thought that it's going to go up from here, the move from here to here, yeah, appears small, but this is way over, you know, 50. So $50 cannot do anything here. It's going to drop it. So, but for now, we are going to see, so far we don't break this area here, this still has tendency to go up to still make it a 1 and a 2, and it will start going up. But in terms of wave and the structure that we are seeing right now, it's way more complex because on the daily time frame now, it's still looking like 3 waves to me. 1, 2, 3. If we go on a 4-hour time frame, it's more, it looks more complex. This is the first move here. This is the first 5 waves. And we thought that it's going to move up because it was 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or you can see this is the 4th wave and this is the 5th wave. And they came down, they gave another 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, breaking this low. So breaking this low, and also this also is another 5 waves. So they kept giving us these 5 waves, and they are breaking the low. So that was why I said that, you know, that is where the structure and the changes and all of that will come in. Because if you think that this is 5 waves, you know that the limit it should not break. Once it breaks that limit, you count your loss. Just like this one also, we're expecting 5 waves. It broke the limit of the 4th wave and it corrected and it began to go down. So for now, a move down, the 2nd wave, this is the 3rd wave, and we thought we are going to go up from here. But for now, this has become the 4th. So maybe we'll have 7 swing before we go up. If with that 7 swing, if we don't take this low, with that 7 swing, then there's that tendency for this price to go up. Otherwise, it will just continue to give us a more complex structure. And at the end of the day, if that happens, a much complex structure, if that happens, then the whole of this will now become an A wave. Probably this will now become the B wave, and this may be going on down once it breaks low here as the C wave, which is now a more extended wave 4. But we can't still call that for now. And we have to also be aware or wary of what they are trying to do in this area. I think the best way to deal with gold now is any 5 waves movement to the upside. Just allow the first 5 waves. Don't just think that the price will turn at this level or at this level. Let's see the first 5 waves to the upside. And now let's look for its correction. So, and buy its correction to the upside. If its correction is going to fail, then of course you limit your loss. Maybe price wants to go down. So we should be looking for buys. That's what I'm trying to say. We should be looking for buys until it fails. And when it's going to fail also, we will know at what point we should be looking for sell. If I may explain that better on the 1 hour time frame on what to do, let's look at this area. Now, when it went up as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, it went up there. We're looking for at least a 3 waves structure or correction to the downside. This had made 5 waves. It first came down here. It didn't give clear 3 waves here. It was just like a pullback. It went straight down. That is where you should begin to smell that something is going off. That if it was meant to be a 3 wave structure, it should come down. Then they did as if they gave another 5 waves to the upside. They broke it again. So we are expecting that this eventually will be an ABC. And at an ABC, you expect a move. Then it looks like it didn't go up as a 5 waves. That is where the joker is. This now went up as a 3 waves, 1, 2, 3. You should know that something is completely out, is off here. So because you should expect 5 waves that will break this top. That didn't happen, then it's sending a bearish signal. So these are the things that we just pick, in the middle of it and saying something is off here. It gives, at the end of the day, they give, a running flat in the middle as an A, B, C, and this one becomes a wave 1, wave 2, and this should run its course as 5 waves to the downside. So we expect something similar, maybe to this or to this at the low here. One more correction, one more wave to the downside, then we should now begin to look for a buy. That's what I'm trying to say now. If I switch back to the 4 hour time frame, what I'm trying to say is that if we get a correction, something close to this, of half of this, below here, a correction, look for one more drop. And if you do that one more drop, maybe around this area, then we can now begin to look for a buy. And that buy, we'll see where it's going to get us. So if we break this area with that buy, then that is a good signal that the price will take this, With that, I've come to the end of this week update. Do like, share, and comment. Bye.